Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to build a sort of commercial lot in Granite Falls for a change. So we're actually going to go into one of the holiday worlds, and yeah, I don't play in Granite Falls too much, but having played in it for a little while with my current family, I noticed there's not enough places that you can visit as a family. So what I went ahead and did is create a sort of center parks area where you've got like a pool, you've got a massage, place, you've got restaurants, you've got like a little bug museum thing, whatever we want to call it. Basically, you've just got a lot of activities in one very big space. And it's funny I say that because the next build that I wanted to do for the channel, I wanted to do it in like for a tiny home in a small lot, and yeah, just something small basically. And I ended up doing another 50 by 50 build, so there we go. here we are. But yeah, so of course Center Parcs was definitely my inspiration, but I didn't necessarily follow it to a T. I just kind of had a look at what kind of facilities Center Parcs might have. And if you guys stayed there before, you would know that you usually have your own little place in Center Parcs, and then there's like a dome in the middle, just kind of what I've created here, like the glass dome, and then there's usually like a swimming pool inside. Sometimes there's like bowling or well, lots of bars and restaurants. Not really bars, more cafes, restaurants, and just yeah, lots of things for families to do really. So that's kind of the vibe I was going for here. I want this place to be for your Sims, just somewhere they can go like the whole day with their family and can enjoy it. So yeah, things for toddlers to do as well, plenty to do for kids. There's a playground, there's swimming pools, there's yeah, just a lot of little activities, so they won't get bored there at all. And of course for adults, there's like the massage place for them, there's a jacuzzi area. So yeah, there's going to be something for everyone, which was kind of the aim of this. So here we are on the first pool, which is the indoor pool, and I'm creating these little steps that go into it, because usually that's what you would have in those pools indoors. And I'm just using the stone slabs from Spa Day, I believe. And yeah, just kind of sizing them up, placing them down. It took a little while, so I had to just skip through that because it took a while. It also glitched a lot, so I had to go back and fix the glitch, but in the end I think it looks okay. It looks pretty nice. So yeah, that's kind of how you achieve that look if you also would like to. I think I first saw Marmalade. It's not Marmalade, I think it's Marmalade. I'm going to link her YouTube channel down below, but she's an amazing builder on The Sims. She's very, very creative and intuitive, and yeah, just very good. So I think I saw her do this kind of trick with the steps, and I really wanted to try it, and I thought this is the perfect place. So yeah, that's where I got that inspiration from. And otherwise, the look that I wanted to go for inside the swimming pool was actually very tropical themed, because I don't know about you guys, but the center parks that we usually go to always have that sort of subtropical theme inside, and I love that. They have a lot of like those plants, greenery, and I don't know, you just feel like you're really on holiday. You feel like you're away somewhere special, even though you can just be literally in the country, but yeah, so anyway, I really like that, and that's kind of what I went for as well in this case. So I hope you guys can see that from what I'm trying to do. I also added a lot of little, those fountain things, because if you also go there, you know that in the swimming pool there's usually like little places where they, you know, place the fountain, and yeah, it's usually just a bit of fun, and kids love that. They kind of just wait around for the fountain and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, I just, as I said, I just try to take it as inspiration. Of course, you know, it's not gonna be completely how it is in real life, but I hope that you guys, especially the ones that do go to Center Parcs a lot or have been, can see the resemblance. That's what I hope for with this one. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. I've been quite productive recently. I've also started work again and things, so everything is kind of getting back to normal over here at least. But I hope it is the same for you guys as well. And I know, yeah, I mean, Corona at the moment seems to be doing differently in different places. I know here it's being a bit more relaxed, but in other places it seems to be getting worse again. So wherever you are, I hope you are doing well and you're safe, and yeah, hope you've got some sense of normality back in your life at least. But yeah, over here it seems to be getting better at least, so that's definitely a positive, because this year has been really a strange one, hasn't it? It's been really a strange one. So yeah, I've just been trying to keep myself busy. Yeah, just enjoyed building on The Sims so much. And this is why it's so weird for me that I did such a big lot, because I never used to enjoy building on such big lots, but for some reason, I don't know, I really felt like it this time. I thought, let's do it, let's build this big lot. And yeah, it's just nice to do it when, especially when you can't find, I guess, exactly what you're looking for in the Sims gallery, and then you have that moment like, oh, I wish, you know, this had this or this had that. So that's why I tried to just include everything that I could think of for this one. But yeah, in terms of like the lot type, as I was telling you guys at the beginning, it is set to a national park, but the thing is, I also included a restaurant here and a cafeteria as well. So the cafeteria is just on the other side of this indoor pool, and the restaurant is going to be in the last part of this build, and that is going to be on the upstairs, like the first level of the build. So yeah, there's lots of places to eat. There's also like a barbecue area that you can of course use anytime. But the restaurant you can't use if it's a national park, and you can't really use the cafeteria either, which really is a shame. So what I did in my own game, I think I set it to a restaurant, and then, you know, the swimming pool is of course still open, so you can just use that as you will. So that might be an idea for you guys if you do want to download this one. Just keep in mind that you might have to change it. I think when I put it on the gallery, I'll put it as generic, and then you guys can just take it and you can do whatever you want with it. You can set it to, yeah, a lounge, you could set it to a park, a national park, a restaurant. It doesn't really matter. It's honestly what you prefer. And the nice thing is that even if you already have visited this lot with your Sims, then you can just change it whilst you're in the lot. So that's really nice, you know, even if you don't know at the start what you want, it's okay, just go there and then you can change it. There's also no CC, so you guys might know by now that I love to use CC, but there's no CC in this one. I've just used a range of packs, a lot of like jungle adventure of course for all the greenery, but also spa day I used quite a bit and things like that. So yeah, a range of packs that I've used here, but yeah, no custom content for this one. So if you're up for it, you can definitely add this to your game straight away. And yeah, really enjoyed this one. I don't know, it just brought back great like summer memories, I guess, and that's what I loved about this one. It's really special because of that, you know. It's kind of approaching that time where you go on holiday, and I mean, to be honest, this year we're not really planning to go anywhere. Oh, by the way, I will sip on my coffee. I've got a coffee here as well, so if you guys are also in the mood for a tea or coffee, join me. But yeah, I don't think this year that we'll go anywhere in particular, just because it's still a bit unsure with this whole situation right now if it's necessarily safe, or not even that, you know, it's the idea that, okay, you can go somewhere, but there's so many precautions to take now, and there's nothing wrong with that, but of course it's just not going to be the same as what we'd expect. So I don't think we'll go anywhere abroad, but I think what we're planning to do is maybe do like a little day trip to somewhere in the country. So we're in the Netherlands, so we might go up north or something, because there's a lot of nice cities in the Netherlands. Very scenic, very, yeah, interesting. So I don't know, we might just do that for a day or two, like a long kind of weekend. And yeah, I think that sounds nice. I don't think we'll do anything else this year, and it's also now a good time to just save. We really want to kind of, yeah, you know, move out, maybe get our own house. So yeah, it's a nice excuse now to save, and next year maybe have a nice holiday instead. But yeah, I hope you guys also have some sort of summer plans. I mean, even if you don't, it's absolutely fine. I mean, I've been enjoying the nice summer that we've had just by sitting in the garden or having a little cycle around. So I think there's plenty of things and, well, ways that you can enjoy summer still. I hope all of you guys have a lovely summer. Because I know as well, I think schools are ending soon, if I'm not wrong. I think here it's the last week this week, I believe. So yeah, that's really exciting. I remember when I was in uni and we broke up for the summer holidays. I was so happy. And then of course you know, you say to yourself like, oh yes, I'll do all this work, and I mean, you just don't, do you? You just end up hanging out with your friends all summer. So but here we go. We're going to now move on to the little cafeteria place. Now, especially in the Netherlands, I mean, I think any center parks, they usually have this sort of space inside the swimming pool where they serve food, and it's nothing special a lot of the time. So I didn't want to make this like a restaurant because that wouldn't really make sense. It's just, yeah, it's like I've put a cafeteria from the university pack. I've used that one, and yeah, and there's some tables, there's coffee, tea, so your Sims can kind of help themselves. I think I've even put like a little fridge and a microwave, so yeah, your Sims can definitely help themselves. And what I found from having it as a restaurant lot is that you can still hire a vendor to cater the cafeteria. So it's up to you. If you do, you know, if you're playing with cheats or your family's very wealthy, then you can definitely just hire someone. But yeah, so that's what I mean. It's really up to you how you want to play it. But I don't know, I just like this. I like the realism of it, I guess. And it just, yeah, like I said, it just reminds me of the times that I used to go there. I think the last time we went was actually last year, I believe, and it was to Center Parcs quite close to us. And yeah, it was very, very nice. Like, they're very nicely done, I think. We don't go a lot, just me and my partner, because, I don't know, it feels a bit more like a family space. So in our eyes, we think, okay, we shouldn't really be here, you know, we can go somewhere else. But it's still nice to go there, definitely. So yeah, and I think our favorite one that we went to was actually one in Belgium. They had a very beautiful space. So like the dome, the glass dome, they had it wasn't even the swimming pool yet. It was just this like communal area where all the bars, well, all the, not the bars, like the restaurants were at, and in the middle they had like a sort of, yeah, a bit of water, like a very shallow water. Like it was obviously artificial, like artificially made, but it looked so nice. And they had like little fishes in there. They had, it looked almost like, you know, in zoos when you go into like this area. I can't why am I struggling so much? I hope you guys know what I mean, but it's like that very hot place. Like it's a my god. What am I trying to say? It's like a tropical theme in the zoo that's inside, but it looks like the outside. There's a lot of lush greenery around, like parrots and birds and butterflies, that kind of idea. So yeah, that's what that Center Parcs had. It had a lovely sort of area, the restaurant and things like that. And yeah, it had a very nice lake as well. And so when I had finished the building on this lot here, I also included like a lake, I guess, and I put a boat there. But it's very overgrown there, so I can imagine that not a lot of people use that lake anymore. Because I know in some center parks they do like the swans. You can take the swans out and pedal along. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, first of all, I don't even think we have those things in The Sims, and secondly, the lake would have to be much bigger. So I didn't go down that route. But again, you know, if you guys, I don't know, maybe there's some CC out there, so if you guys wanted to add that, then yeah, go ahead, feel free to do that. But yeah, I didn't include too much landscaping for this one. It did take me quite a while to landscape the outdoors, just so it looks very natural. But yeah, I feel mixed feelings about including kind of all the landscaping, because it just takes such a long time, and I don't know if you guys like prefer watching vanishing or landscaping. Usually I prefer, if I watch someone, I do like both. But in this one, I don't know, I really took my time with the landscaping, so I just didn't record it at all. And I thought, you know what, I'll just include the furnishing, and then I'll do, of course, like screenshots at the end showing everything and things like that, and we'll take like a little tour or something, and then you guys can see what I did with that. But yeah, it just took so long. So I thought, no, I'm not gonna go down that route. So yeah, here is the cafeteria. I also added high chairs. Of course, in reality, you know, they would be like in the corner, and then I was going to say your sim. No, in reality, you could then move the high chair to the table. But again, they can't really do that in The Sims unless you do it manually yourself in the build mode. But I mean, you can just put a toddler there. It's not really a problem, you know, it's reachable there anyway. So yeah, high chairs. There's also going to be like a toddler potty in one of the toilets. There's also just a huge like play area for just toddlers, by the way, not even kids. I was so happy with that, because there are usually places like that in the center parks for toddlers, so they don't go to the normal pool, they go to like another area that's, you know, safer for them and things like that. So yeah, I did also do that. I'm very happy with how that one turned out. I used the slide that went into the pool, and I made the pool look very shallow, and I don't think it's usable. I mean, maybe your Sims can use it and then their bodies would clip through the slab that I've placed to make it look shallow, but your toddlers definitely can't go in there, unfortunately, or they can't even slide down the slide into the water, which is very sad. But yeah, there's still like those the ball pit sort of thing, and the little pool, the inflatable one. So yeah, there's still things for them to do, definitely. I think that was the only thing that wasn't usable in the whole thing, but I just had to include it, you know, it's just a bit of fun. And here I do add those little drain things. I don't know, I think it's just a mat, but I imagine that it could be a drain. They have that a lot in the swimming pool, so that when you go to different areas, you know, the water doesn't go everywhere. I can imagine it's still wet, but it's just not, you know, flooding the cafeteria or something. Okay, here we go. So we're going to move on to a very exciting part. This is the outdoors swimming pool, and I wondered whether I should connect this one to the indoor one or if I should just keep it outdoors, but in the end I just kept it outdoors because it was a bit tricky to make it indoor and outdoor at the same time. So you guys will see me struggling with it now. I had to figure out a way to do it, basically, and the way that I did it in the end was just by opening a part of the wall. So actually that part of the indoors isn't really indoors. It will have a roof in it and so, but it's not really an indoors area. But yeah, again, it's just that kind of idea of it, I guess. And that part as well will then become a children's playground. It will have a swing set and things like that, so yeah, your kids will have plenty to do. Here I'm adding those curtains because, yeah, if there's like an indoor-outdoor sort of pool, they usually have those like plastic things that separate so the heat doesn't leave, you know, and things don't come in, like little bugs and flies. So again, I've just used curtains to kind of go for that look. But you'll be happy to know it's still very usable. I've tested that already and my Sims were able to just, yeah, like swim through that with no problem. So very happy with that one. Because it looked so odd to do it. But then I thought, you know what, from a distance it looks okay. It looks doable. So yeah, and here is that area kind of around the pool, and this is where they'll have a barbecue, they'll have lots of lounge chairs, they'll have a table like to eat on, and yeah, just a lot of fun. I even added those like water balloon fight buckets so your kids will have something to do. And yeah, I was thinking of bringing this like tropical theme outside, and I think I do in the end with some of the landscaping around here, but around the pool not so much. I added a few details, but I didn't go all out, just because, you know, I want to make it very usable for your Sims, so of course they can come in from any direction. So yeah, that's absolutely fine as it is, I thought. And yeah, I don't know, I kind of imagine this to be, yeah, that kind of fun pool that kids just go crazy at. They're like, oh my god, you know, I can go from the indoors and I can swim outdoors with this path. And I really like the idea of that. There was one, actually, again, I'm gonna reference the Center Parcs in Belgium. They had this sort of like water ride, I guess you could say, and it literally looked like this. So it was from indoors to outdoor pool, and it wasn't anything special. Like there was nothing that you had to do necessarily. You just had to like swim down, but the sort of path that you follow, it kind of has bumps and stuff, and that was so fun. And I really wanted to make this in The Sims as well. I wanted to find like little platforms, I guess, that could make it look like it wasn't all flat, you know. But yeah, I don't know, I looked in the debug and I couldn't find anything like that, unfortunately. So yeah, I couldn't make that happen. I don't know if you guys know, maybe there's something in the debug menu that you could use to create that. Let me know if you do. But yeah, I don't know, I love that idea and I really wanted to make it, but yeah, I couldn't in the end. But yeah, I don't know, I love that water ride. I loved it. It was so much fun because it's not like scary, you know, like the other ones. It's not also going down that tube thing. Oh my goodness, I don't know about you guys, but I hate going down that water tube. I hate it. It's so claustrophobic. And I remember once I went and I got stuck because I didn't go fast enough. And it was so scary. And then my partner Mark, because you know, I think the thing turned green or something, and he went down, like he went behind me and he like crashed into me, and I was just so scared for it all. It was horrifying. Like it was such a bad experience. And it's only like a little tube, but I don't know, I just feel very claustrophobic in there and I'm worried. And having said that, once I think it completely like ripped my favorite bikini, so I'll never forgive it for that. I'll never forgive it. Oh yeah, so no, I didn't do any like special water rides in this one, unfortunately. Only just the indoor-outdoor pool and the other indoor pool that we have as well. No kind of fancy water rides, but I did see in the gallery some people have done an amazing job with that. They've really made like the water rides, and they've made like the other one that you can just sit down on top and you kind of descend down. So yeah, there's lots out there in the gallery, definitely. But for this one, it's quite chill, I would say. This is really just a family swimming pool area. Nothing with too much adrenaline or anything. But yeah, so here you see as well, I'm adding things in the swimming pool, little like steam or bubbles and the fountain. So yeah, I kind of played a little bit in this, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun to see my Sims exploring everything. And yeah, I quite liked it. I think it was nice. The only kind of criticism I have, I guess, not of the build but in general, is that even even when you have like 50 by 50 lots, the problem that I have is you will never have enough Sims, if that makes sense. Like, not enough Sims spawn in the lot for it to feel very alive. And usually when you go to places like this, in reality, it's so busy and there's like screaming kids everywhere, and you know, someone's jumping in the pool and someone's like eating ice cream on the bench, and parents are cooking or relaxing on the lounge chairs, and you just get that feeling of busyness around you, and that's not necessarily very good all the time, but but you guys know what I mean. So yeah, it did feel a little bit empty when I visited this lot, and you know, my family's not big. I think it was only 3 Sims. So yeah, that's the only kind of thing I was like, oh, you know, that's a shame. I wish it felt more alive, but of course I can also understand why they wouldn't do it, because it would be very hard for your computer to run such a big lot and also a lot of Sims. So yeah, but that's the only thing that I kind of thought, oh, that's a shame. But everything else seemed to be working fine. There was one bit actually, it is the part where you get out of the swimming pool in the indoor part. So when you go to the swimming pool and then get out in the indoor, and yeah, the Sims, for some reason, they can't get out. Well, they can get out, but then they can't use that door to go back inside. They have to go all the way around. So they have to go back into the swimming pool and to this area where we are now. And I don't know what it is, because nothing seems to be in the way. So I'm not sure. I'll have to do maybe some fidgeting around before I upload this on the gallery, but hopefully by the time you watch this, I can just upload it and it will work fine. But yeah, it was such a strange thing. I've never had that before in any of my builds, or just in general of playing Sims. So I don't know, maybe it was just a random sort of glitch. Not sure, I'm not sure, but I will try to fix that one as well for you guys. And even if you do have that as well for some reason, then you know, your Sims will have another way. It might just take a bit longer, but there is still another way to kind of get to where they want to go. So yeah, that's the main part of it, I guess. But apart from that, it seemed to work fine, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun to play in it. It's so, you know, like I always say, it's very rewarding to kind of finish your own build and yeah, just enjoy it with your family, enjoy it with your Sims. So yeah, here's the outside kind of coming along, and I think I might have mentioned this already. This kind of build will be 3 parts. So in this part we focus kind of more on the swimming pools, and then in the next part we're going to focus on the rest of the interior. So that will be the toilets, the changing rooms, the showers, the toddler play area and things like that. And then in the last part I think I'll do the oh, and sorry, and the massage area as well, and the jacuzzi will be in the next part. And in the last part we will do sort of like a little lodge house that I created. It's not connected to this building with the swimming pool. It's kind of on the side, and it's got like the bugs and butterflies and things like that from this area. So if you guys visited the national park, you would know that's what they had initially anyway. So I did keep that. It's just a very small sort of little lodge house now with those things and fish and things like that. So it's like a sort of little museum, I guess. So that's still there as well, and that will be in the last part. And then we also then build the restaurant in the last part as well. And the restaurant, yeah, it's quite, you know, it's a general restaurant. It's nothing too crazy. But yeah, you can watch the finishing of that as well if you'd like to. So yeah, it'll be those 3 parts, and the reason why is just that it's gonna be too long otherwise. I wanted to make this one an hour long, but I mean, firstly, I don't know if I can talk for an hour and still be like relatively interesting. And yeah, for you guys it's also quite a lot to watch, so I'll split it into 3. And yeah, here we are, just decorating the outskirts of the pool now with these rocks. I think I do also add some plants and things like that in the end. But yeah, just watching it again now makes me want to book a spontaneous center trip holiday, but I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I just don't know. I like the look of it, but it's sometimes it gets quite a lot. I think if you don't have a family, like all the screaming kids and the crying kids can get quite intense. So no, I don't think we'll go there for a while, but yeah, it's just the fun parts I do miss, like the swimming pool and just kind of the, I guess, the experiences that you have with family as well, you know. Oh, and by the way, those lounge chairs there, they look out into like the mountains and the big waterfall, which I thought was so amazing. I would love to just lounge there all day and stare out into that scenery. And I think when my Sims visited, I made them like take photo shoots just in front of it. I thought it looked beautiful. So yeah, here we go. It's coming together. It's coming together. Yeah, just a nice outdoor area, really. Quite like how it turned out. And I managed to kind of add still some fountains here as well, just to make it a bit more exciting. Okay. So yeah, just a few rocks, not the whole way, but just for some little bit of decoration. And here I had carried on the landscaping to the indoors, just so it has that feeling that it's indoor-outdoor, still very tropical theme. And then I managed to add some kids sort of, yeah, kid toys and things like that. And a swing set, etc. So yeah, this will be a nice area for you kids to just play. So I guess, you know, each age has their own sort of area here with the adults and the kids and the toddlers, which I quite like, because I think if you come here with the whole family, you can just split them up. They can do their own thing, but they're still in the same little area. So I quite like that. So yeah, I think I'll leave the voiceover here because the video is nearly done. You guys can enjoy the rest of it, and then I will make sure to put some screenshots at the end. So take care everyone, and bye bye!